Hello everyone again. So welcome to the SOAPBOX of ESET IIT Bombay 2019-20. We have two candidates sitting here and we'll be asking questions and they'll be answering them. So that's a very simple way to put it, and let's just start the complicated way now. We'll be starting with the opening statement. So for the opening statement, each candidate would be given 3 minutes. Okay? Starting. So the candidate on the left would be speaking first and the candidate on the right would be speaking next. Cool?
So hello, this is Kushal Agarwal, third year mechanical engineering student, and I am contesting for the post of the overall coordinator of ESEL IIT Bombay. Since my first year, I have been inclined towards entrepreneurship, and that's the reason I joined ESEL. I have been part of ESEL for the past 3 years, first as an organizer, then as a coordinator, and then the events manager for ESEL. During my tenure, I have had an opportunity to interact with a lot of startups, and I realized the needs and problems these startups face. Apart from that, I believe that IIT Bombay students should, instead of taking up jobs in premier organization, should instead create jobs by starting up. If elected as the overall coordinator of ESEL, I plan to do the following things. First of all, I would like to spread the entrepreneurship knowledge among the students of classes 6 to 10 by conducting entrepreneurship workshops in schools of India. Secondly, I would like to nurture eSummit as a platform for learning and networking between students, professionals and entrepreneurs. I believe to spread entrepreneurship at the grassroots level, we need to develop ESELs in different colleges of India. For that, I would like to increase the participation at our initiative, National Entrepreneurship Challenge. Through Eureka, I would like to fast forward the idea-based startups into and convert them into prototype startups through mentoring and conducting workshops. Finally, I want ESEL to be a body such that anybody from IIT Bombay who wants to start up, who wants to become an entrepreneur can approach us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chirag Singhal, currently a third undergraduate in chemical engineering here at IIT Bombay. I've been the marketing manager as well of ESEL for the past 1 year now, and currently I'm contesting for the post of overall coordinator of entrepreneurship cell of IIT Bombay for the year 2019-2020. I would like to support the growing culture of entrepreneurship inside IIT Bombay and across the whole of India. Having seen the problems that budding entrepreneurs face and the kind of aspirations that people have from institutions like IIT Bombay, I feel it to be my duty to use my knowledge and skills towards development of the startup ecosystem inside IIT Bombay as well as across the whole of nation. My experience as the manager of ESEL for the past 1 year and as the coordinator and the organizer gave me a chance to be a part of some of the biggest student initiatives of India. But at the same time, did realize that some of the initiatives do have some shortcomings. If elected as the overall coordinator, I plan to make the initiatives better, to make the students' experience of the participants in a better way. So some of the things I propose to do is following. I would conduct some entrepreneurship-related workshops, which are basically pre-Eureka workshops called Illuminate. My plan of action for the same would be to start the workshops as early as in June, so that I have enough time to cover more workshops and increase the number from 40 workshops this year to 60 workshops in the coming year. Apart from this, I would like to work in close collaboration with other entrepreneurship promoting bodies of IIT Bombay, like SIGN, the incubator body, and DS Center for Entrepreneurship. I will also relaunch the online portal called OnSpace, where I will regularly update the blogs and news for the enthusiasts to learn and to follow. Apart from this, I also plan to give more industrial exposure to the colleges participating under the National Entrepreneurship Challenge. My plan of action for this would be to provide personalized mentoring to a lot more colleges that we have been doing for the past couple of years now. I will also connect those participating colleges with the connections that we have on the industry, like connect them with the corporates, our sponsors, the speakers that we have, other people. Lastly, I would like to say that I'll collaborate with ESELs of IITs and IIMs so that we can take the initiatives of entrepreneurship cell of IIT Bombay and other entrepreneurship cells to a wider audience, not only in IIT Bombay but also to other IITs and IIMs. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're done with the first segment, which was the opening statement that lessons gave, and now we're going to move on to the next segment, which is the manifesto debate segment. And I'll tell you the format shortly. So what will happen is that we have a panel of people sitting here who have read their manifestos apparently, and they'll be asking some questions depending on the feasibility of what they have read. So and they'll be answering those questions. So to answer a particular question, they will be given 5 minutes. So this 5 minutes will comprise of all the debate and all the rebuttals that is going to take place for that particular question. Okay? So there is no maximum limit as such, but the panel will try to ask around 5 to 6 questions. Okay? So I'll be handing over the mic now to the panel. Whoever wants to ask the first question first. Okay.
So Kushal, my question is from your manifesto. You have mentioned in Eureka Junior on the second page that you are going to conduct the workshops. Now this was an initiative which was started last year, so it was not as good as it was ideated to be. So how many schools do you aim for, and how are you going to bring them into collaboration with the ESEL?
Okay, so last year I was leading the initiative Eureka Junior. It was started as a pilot project where we conducted workshops in around 6 schools, and the major problem that we faced during the execution was we did not take into the time we did not realize that the school calendar and the college calendar works in a different way. So due to the number of holidays and that the school calendar has, the initiative got delayed, and due to that reason we weren't able to conduct the targeted number of workshops in schools. So this year we plan to start early, just after the summer vacations get over of schools. So that is in the month of July, and my target for this year is around 40 schools, and I think if we start in July, we'll be easily able to complete 40 workshops by January.
Hi Chirag, my question to you. On the first page of your manifesto, you have mentioned under END Club that with the help of DS Center of Entrepreneurship, you will be organizing dinner with entrepreneurs. So my question is, the Desai Center already organizes its own workshops and courses to help promote the entrepreneurship culture inside institute. How will you ensure that DS Center helps ESEL? Can you please elaborate on the plan of action for that?
Sure. So, as I said in my introduction, I will work in close collaboration with SIGN as well as DS Center for Entrepreneurship. So, currently the way it has been happening is that we organize our own workshops and they organize their own workshops, which don't run in a collaborative way. So, the kind of target audience that they have and what we have are a bit different. So, the plan of action for me for this year is to have a close collaboration with us so that we can ideate stuff in collaboration with DS Center, so that we can have enough publicity, we are able to reach good number of people, and the target crowd that we have collaborates with the target crowd that DS Center has, so that we can have a wider reach among the enthusiasts.
So, hello Chirag. So, my question is under this ENP club section. The point related to initiatives of ESEL trying to channelize the research and technical activities of the institute. So the question is, what is your exact plan regarding this channelizing the thing, and who have you talked about this? And as far as I know, there was an initiative related to NTech, which was pretty much targeted towards this. So what is the reason why they didn't kick off this year, and how exactly are you going to do it in the coming year?
Right. So this initiative precisely was what OnTech was last year. So this is just how I'm planning to take OnTech forward this year. Last year we had a plan to collaborate with the ACAD Council, collaboration between ACAD Council and OnTech, but it got delayed because of some reasons. The managers were a bit stuck in other activities. So this year what we plan to do is we plan to take it forward as soon as the duty forms. Apart from that, we plan to have entrepreneurs from outside the institute working on some technical projects. Like they will be also able to list their projects on the OnTech portal. so that the IT students who are into technical activities and would like to work on a project which the staff is currently working upon, they will be able to carry forward the legacy, the work as well.
So my doubt is like you mentioned about exterior projects. So the freelancer that go from the platform also is some way targeted like that. You get the exterior startups to come on, and the doubt here is it's about channelizing existing technical activities to be grown into some startups. So how exactly the two distinct, and still I'm not very clear on the plan of how the channelizing, because the managers are still going to have the e-summit, they are still going to have the same kind of cycle here. So
Right. So the plan of action that we had for last year will be bit different that we'll having this year. Last year, OnTech was a new initiative for us, but now we have got enough incentives on the people. Like we've got enough experience on how things work, and our professors would like to take the things forward. So it got delayed last year, and only at the last moment we figured out that okay, working with the CAD Council will be a better idea, because CAD Council is in touch with professors and ECEL is more in touch with the students. So we will channelize it in a way that CAD Council will bring the projects from their end, and we will bring the students crowd from our end. And the way it will channelize is that the professors who want to like commercialize the project that they're working upon, but don't have the bandwidth to do it or don't have the experience to commercialize things, will come in contact with the students who are enthusiastic about such things and will channelize the activities into commercial products.
okay, just the last point which I want to raise. So regarding the same point, when it comes to commercializing, a lot of technical projects which are being done involve a significant IP and a considerable amount of background legal framework. So what are your suggestions regarding that? Like students maybe have to sign an NDA agreement or such type of things. So are you going to integrate such platforms into it, or like what's the plan?
Right. So on the portal, we will just have the description, a short description of what the project is, and a bit detailed thing will be imparted by the professor himself. So what we'll do is on the portal, we'll just the name of the professor, what thing he is working upon, and that's all. All the IP thing and all the legalities will be headed by the professor himself. We won't be listing the things which are, say, not open to all on the website. It will be the professor only.
In your manifesto, you have mentioned that on the e-summit, which is the annual event of the entrepreneurship sales, that you are planning to change the structure of the speaker session. Can you please mention what is your vision about changing the entire structure, and how is it going to be more efficient than the previous year?
Sure. So basically, so right now the speaker sessions are currently like, to structure the speaker sessions at eSummit, what I'll be doing is breaking down the speaker sessions into 4 categories from L0 to L3. So basically L0 basically means for students and people who don't have knowledge about entrepreneurship, and L3 signifies students and professionals who are already well versed with the field of entrepreneurship or are entrepreneurs themselves. So instead of conducting a speaker session like on one topic, I would break that topic into 2 to 3 sessions where different levels of like knowledge can be imparted for all the categories. So that's how I plan to change the speaker sessions in our eSummit.
My question again is to Kushal.
Yeah.
So you have 2 headers in your manifesto where you mentioned Pan IIT Initiative and the National Entrepreneurship Challenge.
Yeah.
So from what I understand, both of these things kind of aim for the same thing, right? To improve the culture of entrepreneurship cells across different colleges. One is for colleges in general, and the other is for IIT in particular. So can you tell us why, for example, the Pan IIT initiative is not redundant, and what are you doing significantly different in these 2 initiatives?
Okay, so basically at our e-summit which was held on the 19th and 20th January, we had invited around 8 IITs from 8 e-cells from other IITs, and we had a productive discussion on how we can collaborate on institute like on an institute-wide scale. So we had one meeting, we had an agenda and we discussed several things, and the two things that we came up with was conducting a pan India social initiative, and apart from that opening the freelancers and co-founders platform to all the institutes, so that any student like a student from any IIT can take part can take freelancing opportunities in any startup who is registered for the freelancers and co-founders platform. And in June we have a second meet scheduled, which is called which is the eConnect, the name of the conference, and we'll again be meeting all the IITs and discussing further agendas on how we can collaborate.
The question was about redundancy. So these two initiatives kind of aim for the same thing, right? And you're using resources for both of these initiatives. So why can't the Pan IT initiative be done under the NEC and thereby aim to reach more colleges with less efforts?
Okay, so just a clarification, National Entrepreneurship Challenge is for colleges who either don't have an ESL established or are in very budding stage. Like they might have been working for a year or max to max 2 years. Okay, so these ESLs don't have a proper structure on how they don't have a proper team. It's like 2 to 3 people or max to max 5 to 6 people working on NEC in ESL. So basically, the basic difference between Pan IIT initiative and NEC is the level of ESLs which are established in different colleges. So NEC is more for mentoring these ESLs and establishing a proper base for them. And Pan IIT initiatives are ESLs which are already established and they can collaborate on a larger scale. So that's the difference between those two initiatives.
Alright, thank you. The next question is for Chirag. So, in your manifesto, you have mentioned that you would conduct a jobs versus entrepreneurship versus higher education panel discussion, right? So, that happens every year. So, is there anything specifically different that you're trying to do this year? If you are, then can you tell us about it?
Sure. So we had an initiative last year as well, like if we're able to increase the reach among the students about JEH. So we wanted to expand to Convocation Hall this year, but we're not able to do it. My plan of action for this event is that if you're able to expand to Convocation Hall, then we'll be able to reach out to the crowd of not only IIT Bombay students, but also to the other colleges of Mumbai and across. Because not only IIT Bombay students have such doubts in them, but also all the other students of other colleges have. So that is the different thing.
Alright, so basically the only difference is that you change the venue and hope to invite students from outside.
Reach out to a wider audience than what we're having currently.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah, so I have one question to Kushan.
Yeah.
So in your entrepreneurship and business club section, the last point, provide basic services to IIT startups that specialize in IT. So firstly, I wanted to know what all kinds of facilities you are providing and what sort of frequency and what will be the platform where people could access or apply for these services.
Okay, so basically we have a special platform called the Startup Service Platform for IITB startups, where they can the services that are currently listed are legal services, video making services, and web and app making services. Such services if a startup goes and tries to find individual service partners, it will be very heavy for their pocket budget. So what we do is we try to negotiate with verified vendors to provide basic prices for so that bulk it's basically a bulk deal for ITV startups. So this year we are planning to float up a form where if a startup wants a particular kind of service which is not currently registered in the SSP, we'll try to negotiate with the vendors and try to get better deals for them. So that's the basic initiative.
So does anyone from the panel members have any more questions? Cool. So let's move on to the next section. Yeah, I have water. Then we move on to the next section.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guys are fine, so let's move on to the next section. So the next section is topic debate. So what essentially is topic I will tell you now. So the candidates were given 2 or 3 topics prior to the SOAPBOX, and now we have made chits of those topics that were given to them. The chits are different in size, but frankly I do not know what is a particular chit. But okay, so we'll call upon a member from the audience who will pick a chit, and then that will be the topic for the debate. So each candidate would be given 2 to 3 minutes to speak on the topic, or let's just put in more decent words, he will be given 2 or 3 minutes to express his viewpoints upon the topic. And similar thing would happen with the next candidate as well. After they have expressed their views, the panel members would be given 1 minute each if they want to have that 1 minute to speak upon that topic again or express their viewpoints as in what the candidate spoke about. Okay. After that, the panel has rights to ask 2 questions to both the candidates, a maximum of 2 questions. Cool. Okay, so who wants to pick up the chit? Yeah, come, doing that. So either you can choose the chit or you can just tell big or small. Okay, small. So now I'm going to open the chit. Okay. So you can note down if you want, okay? It's too big by the way. What are your views on collaborating with other ECELs of India? In what way do you plan to achieve this collaboration? I repeat, what are your views on collaborating with other ECELs of India? And in what way do you plan to achieve this collaboration? Cool, I'll give you 10 seconds to think about the topic and then we'll start.
Social initiative will have startup.
Okay. Do you guys have any preference? Who wants to go first?
Okay.
You want to go first? Okay. Kushal, you go first.
Sure. So, basically, what I believe is ECELs on and on, ECELs are doing a very great job at a local level. But I believe that if we collaborate and share our resources and share our corporate networks, we can tap into wider range of network. For example, if I consider as we are present in Mumbai, I can cover the entire region of Maharashtra. And for IIT Madras, they can cover Chennai. But when we combine our forces, when we combine our resources, we can try and reach out to more cities, more states, and basically try to cover the entire country. So I believe that as a non-profit body, and as we are out here to help out people, collaborating with other ECELs should be one of our priority. Okay. And apart from that, the few ways, so what I believe is the collaboration of ECELs can, at a later stages, can turn up into, an inter-IT entrepreneurship meet. That's what a vision that is a vision that we aspire. Like the last meet that we had with ECELs during our E-Summit, this was one of the agendas on how we can conduct an inter-IT entrepreneurship meet. So what we believe is, there are certain basics like NEC is being similar kind of initiative of NEC is being done by IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, and similarly Eureka Business Model Competition. These are certain initiatives which are being conducted by each and every ECELs, but on a smaller scale. So if we can combine our forces, if we can, share our resources, we can reach out to more number of people, and that's how I feel we should collaborate.
Adding on to what Kushal said, we have had discussions with the other IITs regarding some of the initiatives that we can work upon together. One is the social initiative. Currently, we have been doing individual social initiatives. We had cyber security program this year, IIT Kharagpur has some other programs this year. So we can have a grand social initiative where we'll be able to reach out to a wider audience. So the purpose that will serve are two basically. First is obviously social encouragement of people, and second is that we can publicize the entrepreneurship culture among those people we are able to reach through. Why different target crowd? Why the social initiative? First thing. Second is we currently have this freelancers and co-founders platform where we allow only IT Bombay startups to become a part of it. We can plan out things and have all the like pan IIT FCOF program where startups from all the IITs can list out their internship opportunities or freelancing opportunities on the common portal, so that all the IITians are able to work with a larger pool of startups. Apart from that, we have had a view that IIT Madras has a better startup culture than all the other IITs. So maybe we can learn from them as to how they are promoting startups in their own campus. Apart from that, like given the startup culture is better in IIT Madras, but the kind of funding they will receive in Bombay or Delhi or say Bangalore is not as good, right? So we can have startups from IIT Madras, they can come to IIT Bombay or IIT Delhi for some events, get funding at those opportunities. So these are some of the ways where you can startups and investors and mentors can collaborate over a pan IIT scale, where they'll get quality startups as well as good funding opportunities as well.
Okay, since both the candidates have agreed with each other, does anyone want to disagree from the panel? Yeah, you'll have 1 minute if you want to review what they have said. Okay, because you have. That's okay. You have 1 minute because they will be back. Okay, so yeah, so he doesn't want to express his views, but if anyone wants to ask a question, somebody want to ask? Okay.
This question is to both the candidates. So, while it is great to say that collaboration with other IITs will just make our startup culture across India, why is it ESEL's job to do it? ESEL of IIT Bombay. Why is it ESEL IIT Bombay's job to do it? And what significant benefit do we get by doing all the things that you guys mentioned in the manifestos?
Okay, so see, like it's not that it's ESEL IITB's job to spread out the lead the Pan India initiative, and it's not that only ESEL IIT Bombay is doing it. This proposal was first put up by ESEL IIT Madras, and we took part on a very small scale last year, and we believe that it's not a single body that is going to pull off this entire initiative. It's the participation through entire all the ESELs. So, and how and to answer on how we would be benefiting it, it's the corporate connections right now that we have suppose it's limited to Mumbai or it's limited to Maharashtra region. If you and as you know, suppose for example, Bangalore is one of the hubs for startups. As my colleague Chirag said, IIT Madras is has one of the great like best startup cultures in the institute. So there is always a learning aspect from other IITs or other ESELs which we can always incorporate within. Like whose job is to promote entrepreneurship. I feel like reaching out to smaller ESELs would help us reach into a different community altogether. Like we can have participation from these colleges in our initiatives such as Eureka, like
Summit.
NEC, E-Summit, and that would increase our that would increase the participation for our initiatives, which is a benefit for us. So yes, we would still collaborate with smaller ESELs as well.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna have one more topic, the topic debate. So, okay, so the beginning of chess was just an illusion because anyway we're gonna have both the topics for debate. So I'm just gonna fix it myself and oh, it's still there. The participation of institute students is less in E-Summit as compared to external participation. Okay, what are your views on the same and how do you plan on improving it?
Could you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. The participation of institute students is less in E-Summit as compared to external participation. What are your views on the same and how do you plan on improving it? You have 20 seconds to jot down your points because this is a bigger topic.
Slots for networking, two slots for more like startups and other students. Competitions का video बेटर. Startups के लिए अलग से बोल, students के लिए अलग से बोल. ठीक है. तो students side बोलना, startups से बोलता हूँ. ठीक है.
Okay, so some of the things that we can plan.
Okay, so are you done with jotting the points?
Yeah.
Okay, Kushal, you will start again.
Okay.
So so basically what I feel is compared to other bodies, sometimes it might be that institute students do not feel that entrepreneurship might be relevant for them, or they might not be interested in like attending a conference where where it's basically speaker sessions, and institute students do not realize that the different initiatives that we have for them at our E-Summit. So first of all, what we plan to do is publicize the other initiatives that we have apart from speaker sessions to the institute students. For example, workshops, we have hackathons, competitions, networking events, we have the startup expo, we have the internship and job fair, and and obviously the speaker sessions. So one thing that we'll do is publicize our initiatives separately to the IIT Bombay students. Apart from that, what we plan to do is, for the startups of IIT Bombay, we plan to channelize a track where students participating in ENB Crusade, which is one of our Entrepreneurship and Business Club initiatives, they start the startups working on a prototype can actually receive funding opportunities at the E-Summit. So what we plan to do is conduct a closed room pitching session for the IIT Bombay startups that are looking for funding, by bringing corporates, by bringing in venture firms, by bringing in angel investors, and conduct a funding atmosphere for the IIT Bombay startups. And yeah, that's.
So Kushal majorly covered from the startup end. I'll cover from the students end as to how we can incorporate more students in the E-Summit. So we can have some free slots reserved for the IIT Bombay students, like they can come and participate in the workshops for free. Apart from that, we can keep a separate track for the institute students and doing the competitions that we have. So we have some good competitions like IPL auction was there this year, Full of Wall Street was there this year. So we can keep a separate track for IIT Bombay students, like the best 20 from IIT Bombay students, like similar to the model we follow for Eureka. Like the best student gets award from IIT Bombay, that kind of stuff can be there. so that it becomes lucrative for the students to attend because there's some incentive. And once that culture is formed among the students that e-summit also has something which the students can be a part of, that thing will follow on for the coming years as well.
Okay, so now is the time when the panel would want to express their views. They will give 1 minute each, but clearly should the panel doesn't want to express their views, so they will directly move to the question part. Does anyone want to ask a question regarding this topic of debate? Okay.
Alright, so you would agree that events in the semester typically cater more to the institute's students rather than the e-summit that you have in January typically. So in the pursuit of increasing institute student participation in the activities of ECEL, would you be ideologically okay with ramping up activities in the semester and probably toning down the amount of resources you put into e-summit?
You mean completely removing the ENB club that we run throughout the semester, right? You mean to completely remove the stuff that we do throughout the semester? Like, the question wasn't, yeah.
Okay, alright. So basically the activities that happen outside the e-summit typically cater mostly to the institute students.
Correct.
And the activities that happen in e-summit majorly cater to people outside the institute, right?
Right.
So in the spirit of increasing participation of IIT Bombay students, will you be okay with diverting your resources to ramping up the events in the semester and probably reducing the effort that you guys put into e-summit, ideologically?
Not really, because the kind of events that we are doing this semester are for institute students also, but they also cater to the people like Kushal mentioned about L0 to L4. So L0 are those people who don't have any knowledge about entrepreneurship, and L4, L3 are people who are startups or entrepreneurs themselves, right? So if we completely remove those aspects throughout the semester, it will be like not a good thing for us to do, because we will be removing the good source of knowledge for those people throughout the semester, because I'm sure like 2 days of knowledge is not as good as the knowledge which we get throughout the semester. So like the kind of events that we have are like 5 events at a stretch which we do throughout the semester, right? So those events are much more knowledgeable for people to attend than for the e-summit part.
I think you got the question correct. I am asking about increasing the events in the semester and decreasing the effort you put into e-summit. So would you be okay with that? That is the question.
Right. So like the kind of events that we already are having take up a lot of our bandwidth. So decreasing our efforts from e-summit to the events that we have in the semester won't be a good idea, because we are already doing a good amount of stuff for the institute students. Like Eureka is there, the events already happening, summit is already happening, we have FCOF is there, OnSpace is there. So already good amount of bandwidth is spent to the IIT Bombay students. So rather than increase the number of events that we have for the people of institute, we would like to take a different route, maybe different innovative way of doing it, rather than scrapping off or increasing the number of events that we have.
Alright, that's all.
Okay, so we are done with the topic. Done with the topic debate section. Clearly, the collaboration part that you mentioned in your manifesto was very evident with the topic debate as well. You were very collaborative in between. Okay, so cool. Now we'll move on to the Q&A part, wherein first the right would be given to Insight to ask 2 questions. So the way they're asking questions, they've made it to 10 now. So I'll again hand over the mic to Insight for the 11th question of the day.
Hi Kushal and Chirag. I have a few questions for both of you. Let's begin with a few questions for Kushal based on his manifesto. The first question I have for you is the fact that the GSTA candidate has not mentioned any entrepreneurship GC in her manifesto. Why do you think it is necessary to conduct one?
Okay. Each have to note.
So entrepreneurship GC was something which we are currently in. I'm currently in touch with the current managers of the tech council, and we are planning to conduct the entrepreneurship GC after the midsems. Okay, so it's something that is already which will be happening this semester. And the need for entrepreneurship GC is something which I guess is evident from the questions that were asked in our topic debate. To increase the participation of IIT Bombay students towards entrepreneurship, towards ESEL, we feel that entrepreneurship GC is something which can involve these students towards ESEL. Sorry. And apart from that, the basic structure of ENTGC that we were thinking about was solving certain problems by coming up with an innovative solution, which is what an entrepreneur does. So that's so I feel that it would be a very a new initiative or a kind of a new thing for the institute students, and that's why I feel ENTGC should take place.
Okay. My next question to you is, whom have you considered for networking and mentoring startups of IIT Bombay that you have mentioned in your manifesto?
So basically, right now we are in touch with more than 50 plus VC firms who help us out for the judging and mentoring of Eureka. These mentors, these associates do help us out in our ENB events as well. Apart from that, we have a Sign IIT Bombay helping us. We have Desai City Center helping us. We also have Ideas, which is a program by the 91 IITB alum batch. So basically, we have a lot of connections with other organizations, other bodies that help us, that are actually very enthusiastic about helping IIT Bombay startups. And these organizations serve as the base for providing mentors and providing networking to the IIT Bombay startups.
Okay, the next question is to do with the e-summit. What issues in the crowd's experience during e-summit have you identified, and how do you propose to solve them?
Okay, so usually
Can we continue? So you have talked about partnering with CSR arms of major organizations or NGOs for social initiatives. Why is it the work of ESET to do this and not say some social body on campus which focuses on social issues?
Right. So, as a student and body of IIT Bombay, we feel that if possible, we should be investing some of our bandwidth and some of our resources into doing something which is socially good. So, I guess that is the precise reason that we collaborate with NGOs and CSR wings of we are in good touch with the companies as well, right? So, it becomes easier for us to collaborate with them and to divert some of the budgets of there to the social activities that we can conduct.
The last question for you, Chirag, is you speak of identifying top performing colleges. What metrics do you have in place or have you thought of to identify those?
Right. So under the National Entrepreneurship Challenge, we list out some of the tasks that they have to do, like say conduct a speaker sessions, conduct a meetup, conduct a startup survey, right? So depending upon the sincerity level that they have, the kind of skills or the kind of experience that those people have, the participating colleges, we give them some points. Like you conduct a speaker session, you get X number of points. You conduct a meetup, you get Y number of points, right? So on the basis of those points, we make a leaderboard. And on the basis of that, we select top 20 or so top 30 startups who we end up mentoring them. So that is the criteria how we judge them.
Okay, thank you, Chirag.
So, does anyone from the audience want to ask any question? Anyone?
So, in a nutshell, I've been a part of the entrepreneurship cell for the past 3 years now, and each successive year has taught me a lot. If elected as the overall coordinator for the entrepreneurship cell, I promise to put in all my efforts towards its development and growth. Please do vote for me. Thanks.
Okay, I would like to end by saying that I believe that entrepreneurship is the one of the solutions which can solve the poverty and the unemployment of the country. And I believe that if I'm elected as the overall coordinator of ECL IT Bombay, I'll be able to work for this vision and work my level best in spreading entrepreneurship and spreading the startup culture throughout the country, and take ECL to a greater height. So thank you, and guys, please do vote for me.
Okay, so great. Now we are officially done here with the SOAPBOX.